Hello and welcome to this Maiden podcast from Stephen Kavanagh. I want to take this opportunity to thank the many followers who followed me over many years on Twitter at Cavi with two V's _1. If you want to follow me there. It's been a roller coaster ride, and I want to sincerely apologise for any upset it may have caused at my lowest point. This is my first attempt at podcasting, so I'm going to introduce myself and some of my favourite sources on YouTube for news and information. The purpose of the podcast is to tell you about the series. I hope it's beginning today. Law Abiding Citizen will be my podcast series, and as well, aside from being my favourite movie, everybody has to see it. It's going to be the title of this podcast series. There won't be specific days or times that I post them because I'm not very well organised at that way. I'm not getting lost. Okay, I'll go on by describing myself. I would describe myself as being an activist, a researcher, and a lay litigant that has represented myself a half dozen times in civil and criminal court with some success. My interests are based across social and economic policy, justice and human rights, encompassing health, drug policy, housing, financial services, banking, and many more. I was never interested in politics until about 2010 when I was forced to default on my negative equity home mortgage. For the first few years, I studied and researched constantly for a solution to try and find a problem, or at least to understand what was happening and why. This caused me to stumble on many other facts that blew the many thoughts in my head about the society and the law, from the war on drugs to private rentals disaster. Society has got it all backwards. I hope to help us steer the ship back to a safe port so we can organise things a little better. If you're following me and like any of my posts, here are my favourite YouTube sources. For economics and general news about the financial world, you have to start with Stansbury Research with Daniela Camboni, and then Breaking Points with Crystal and Sager. Michael invests and tries to make money, all on YouTube. Kaiser Report, of course, with Max and Stacey. Renegade Inc. with Ross Ashcroft. Martin's World with Martin Condon, and you can't miss Martin's 420 News. And the Pop Brothers at Law, Mark and Craig. Thank you so much for the wake-up call that you give me. You've been a catalyst for me in my education. And for the Pop Brothers at Law, everybody needs to get over onto their website and learn the script and learn when to shut the fuck up. So then, Law Abiding Citizen, what's it going to be about? It's going to be about the justice system from my perspective, based in the Irish system. And it's going to be a layman's interpretation of the law, what it means. I'm going to go through the principles of law and the principle of justice and jurisprudence. We'll go through the definition of the legal system, the real and perceived. We'll go through the actors in the court, the solicitors, barristers, and judges, and the legal powers that each possess. Then I want to talk about the Bible and its importance in the court, the oath and the duty to the public that the officers of the court all hold, and then talk about the stage itself, the courtroom, the public arena, and the theatre, which is the procedure of the legal system and how it's designed through specific terminology that ordinary people don't understand because they're never taught it. So that's basically what the Law Abiding Citizen series is going to be about. And I'm going to go on now to tell you about the Pop Brothers at Law script and how I see it being used in an Irish context. So the script is by the Pop Brothers at Law, and they developed this I think it was a couple of years ago, and it's been used successfully in California and across the United States, and it's basically standing up for your right to be silent if the cops start asking you questions and trying to pressure you into saying something stupid. So the in the in their version of the script, obviously they have the Fifth Amendment in the United States, which guarantees you the right to be silent without presence of legal representation. And the nearest things we have to it in the Irish Constitution are Article 38.1, where no person shall be tried on any criminal charges save in due course of the law. And Article 40.4.1, no citizen shall be deprived of his personal liberty save in accordance with the law. So both of these articles guarantee your right to presumption of innocence. So if you haven't committed a crime and guards are asking you questions, they're asking you questions to fishing for you to give them a reason to arrest you. So in the simplest form of the script, when a cop starts asking you questions, what's your answer? I'm not discussing my day, and that's all you have to say. And after that, he might get a bit up in himself. He'll try and intimidate you. The next thing you say is, "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" If he's still talking to you and hasn't arrested you, he has no reason to arrest you. So you're giving him an ultimatum there to say whether you're going to detain me, do I have to go to court, or are you going to let me go? If they say they want to detain you, then you invoke your right to be silent under Articles 38.1 and 40.4.1 of the Irish Constitution, and say and shut the fuck up. That's the saying by the Pop Brothers at Law, and it's a brilliant idea because it's the only universal legal advice that anybody can give anyone, anywhere in the world, and it's always going to be relevant. If you're suspected of a crime, or if cops are trying to entrap you, they staying quiet is the only solution, because everything that you say will be used against you in court. That's what they say in their when they're arresting you. So stay quiet and get legal advice, proper legal advice. Um, so I'm after getting through that probably a bit quicker than I thought, but I think it's a good start. Um, Thanks so much to all the contributors and creators I've been following, and I wish everybody well in the new year. And thanks for listening. I'll see you again. Bye.